Hey guys, Gear the Cobb Master Laidlaw here. We're going to get into this deck profile real quick. I have the pure Geargia, or, well no, not pure Geargia, it's machina Geargia. This is right after NAWCQ, so it's kind of, I don't really know what to call this format, but it's July 2016, I guess. Anyway, let's dig straight into it. Pretty simplistic armors. Pretty simple, self-explanatory. 3 arsenal, pretty self-explanatory as well. Second armor, always need to run it at 3 in my opinion. 3 accelerator, pretty simplistic. This is the basic shit, basically. 3 auger. The reason why I chose to play 3 is most people are either playing 2 or 1 or not at all. I'm really trying to find a way to speed up the deck. It's very, very slow. Very, very slow since Upstart went to 1. So the deck's not very fast. It's more dependent on what you draw into. And I hate that the most about this deck. And this deck doesn't run Geargia gear or the 4 Geargianos. It does run one of the Geargiano, regular Geargiano, for the shenanigans with it. Because it floats off of fucking Gigant, so that's the only reason why he's necessarily good in this. For the Machina engine, I run mine different. Well, I guess you could say it's a different format, so everybody's trying to find ways that are actually playing the deck, trying to find out ways to speed it up or whatever. 2 Fortress, Mega Form, Gear Frame. Okay, let me do my explaining behind the Mega Form. Gear Frame and Machina Fortress are pretty self-explanatory. Those don't really need to be explained as much. Megaform, the only reason why I have him is for tribute fodder for Machina Fortress effect to special out of Grave or Hand. I don't have a cannon, but in my opinion this is better than cannon anyways because it's a free special out of the Grave and it's a big beater. Just banish a fortress or whatever. That's the only reason why I play him, and he's searchable, so like I said, just trying to find ways to speed it up. Hand traps, 2 effect Veiler, pretty self-explanatory. Everything goes off of effects nowadays. Now on to spells. 2 MST. I don't have Twin Twisters at the moment. This deck you honestly don't want to discard much, so I'm probably not going to run Twin Twisters anyways. MST is just back row removal. This deck really has a problem with back row for the most part, because you really just want to sit on the armors and just stay there for a while. Necro Valley. It hurts this deck, and then it doesn't hurt this deck. It hurts this deck in a form of Accelerator and Geargiano and Gear Gigant. Other than that, though, if you're going off of turn 1 and you have an armor, this, and back row, and you're just trying to set up, make plays, this, you just activate this, and then just sit on the armor for a couple turns, because BA has a problem with it, Monarchs have a problem with it, in a sense of, they can't activate Prime, they can't banish Eidos to special ID out of Grave or anything like that, so, and they can't banish Prime, obviously. One of spells, I still play Regeki, self-explanatory, destroys, wipes board, Upstart, and Book of Moon. Book of Moon, yes, nobody's really using it because it targets, but the only reason why I'm honestly using this is for armor, so I can just get that extra search that one turn. And then Upstart, just to get that free card. It's a 39 card deck, basically. Traps. Back to 2014. Playing Needle Ceilings. This is so fucking good, in my opinion. If you're going up against Pepe, and let's say you only have armor set, and back row, and then you have this set, right? Okay, it only destroys all face-up monsters. So Pepe, what's going to do is you're going to blow out their whole fucking field. They're going to have nothing. And then you're going to go next turn, flip armor, and if you already have stuff in hand, just go off from there. That's the only reason why I like Needle Sealing, is because it's good in that form, because armor is set most of the game, so yeah. Rivalry of Warlords, it really fucks over Monarchs, from 1 to 10, I'd say a 10. That's the only reason why I main it. This deck has a really big problem with speed, so it needs stuff to stall. Rivalry is a great stall card, especially against Monarchs. More traps. 2 D-Prison. Battle Trap, self-explanatory. I'd replace this with Mirror Force if I had it, because this targets. Mirror Force does not. It destroys boards too, so I don't gotta worry about getting over that. 2 Call. I feel Call is good in this only because for armor. The only reason why I set it, flip it, and that's the only reason why I see this being good. Fiendish Chain, yes, it targets, I understand that, yes, but it does negate effects, and it stops them from attacking, so if I had a third one, I would definitely be playing a third, and I'd probably take out the 2 calls if I had them for breakthrough skills, just because it's a double effect negation, because this deck has, like I said, has a really big problem, and like PK Fire and stuff has a lot of like destruction effects within the monsters, so for one of Trap-Trick Trap-Hole Nightmare, Bottomless Trap Hole, Time Space, Solemn Warning, and Torrential Tribute. That is the main deck. You'll see the reason why I run so many trap holes in a second, obviously. I'm pretty sure everybody already knows. But for extra deck, Grand Pulse was in here for, because like I've been literally changing the deck up every day and seeing how I like it. Grand Pulse was in here for the Geargia gear. Honestly, I don't see myself playing Geargia gear, so I'm going to take Grand Pulse out. It's really not all that good. Unless, like, you rarely see a situation where you use him. He's not all that fantastic. Rhapsody, good card. The reason why I run so many trap hole monsters, or traps, sorry. Rafflesia, so fucking good. It's like just she has a huge fucking ass, and you just sit on her. And if you have an armor set, just keep going and going and going because you have all those trap holes. Dweller, self-explanatory. BA, Monarchs, pretty self-explanatory. Degusto, recycle materials. You always are going to run out of accelerators so fucking fast, it's not even funny. So you do need it. Degusto, it's a must. Gaga Samurai, OTK potential, only reason why I run him. Diamond Ire, pop back row. This, like I said, this deck really lacks back row removal, so Diamond Ire. Castel, pretty obvious, problematic issues, cards. 101, sorry, not Castel, 101. If I had another Castel, I may switch him out, but 101, I see myself going to 101 more than Castel, especially with like Cosmos or Monarchs. Just for that, it basically, if it's your turn or whatever, and they do an Aether play, and then you just suck up that big Monarch that they just specialed. So, 2 Geargia, the main card of the deck for the most part. I just don't have a third right now, because like I literally got this whole extra deck off of one person, so that's the only reason why I don't have a third, and I hate that these are supers. I wish that they were secrets. Sadly, they're not. Karn Gorgon, nothing really targets, but if there's ever that chance that somebody does do something with target, and it's a big beat stick, so because not many people are trying to find cards that do not target. Otherwise, this card is shit because it targets, or removes a target and puts it somewhere else. Other than that, nobody really likes to use cards that target anymore. Dark Rebellion, more OTK potential. Let's get into the side deck. Like I said, guys, I have been changing up my deck list about every other day, so I'm literally just testing stuff out right now. Compulse, Fire Hands, and the hands, Fire Hand I sent. That's Fire Hand, I just don't have it yet. That's just a proxy for now. Thunder King, Droll and Lockbird for the Monarch matchup. Like I said, I've really been testing out a lot. So, I still have the Geargiano Mark IIs and the Geargia gears in my side deck in case I want to take the Machina engine out. Because I really like the Machina engine, honestly. It speeds it up and gives you more, like, OTK potential and or, like, big beat sticks. I don't really like running this anymore. I don't like running the rank 4 spam because it's not very spammy anymore. D-Fisher, 2 Black Horn of Heavens, which honestly isn't useful anymore, because nobody really special summons one monster anymore, especially Pepe. Imperial Iron Wall, Cosmo, Monarchs, same diff. Fairy Wind, Pepe, and like I said, the Geargia gears. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, like, add to favorites, whatever you want to do. This deck, it's very, very, very contrary with my opinion. I love this deck. That's the only reason why, and this went back to 3. Only reason why I started playing this again was because this went to 3, is because I liked this, but now, honestly, now that I look at the meta, this deck has literally gotten hit to a point of it's not even fucking coming back, honestly, with Geargia gears. I don't see anybody running these in the foreseeable future for the fact that it's so fucking slow, dude. It's not even funny, especially with Twin Twisters everywhere. This deck has become so fucking slow because it runs off of all back row. This deck has become so fucking slow. I've been trying everything in my power to speed it up, and it is like near impossible. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Do whatever you want to do. I don't care. This is just for my enjoyment, of course. I'm just here on YouTube for my enjoyment. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. I'll see y'all later. Bye!